Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. It's 2 o'clock and I'm Matthew Renton. The PFA have responded to growing concerns over concussion amongst players. Leeds' Robert Koch was forced off twice in yesterday's game with a head injury. Temporary substitutions is an idea put forward by the PFA to allow players to be fully evaluated before returning to the field. Ex-Leeds fullback Stephen Warnock insists the decision has to be taken out of the players' hands.
Because all players don't want to come off the pitch. They don't want to come off the pitch in a game against Manchester United, a bounce in Ellen Road, a game that they know they've got to get something out of. The player's never going to say he wants to leave the pitch. It's not going to happen.
Arrests have been made following an ongoing investigation into young Manchester United forward Anthony Elanga after he was struck by a missile. Elanga's goal resulted in a hostile reaction from sections of the Leeds crowd. Ralph Rangnick preferred to focus on the impact of the substitution on the pitch.
I think the team showed maturity. I think we've grown together as a team. I'm not so sure if this would have happened, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, but it happened today and it was important.
The Saints march on. Southampton continue their excellent run of form with a 2-0 win over Everton at St Mary's on the weekend. The win sees them moving to the top half of the table as they look to continue the climb up the Premier League at home to Norwich on Friday night. Could we be about to see the end of the traditional PGA Tour? The biggest stars are being talked to by a new Saudi golf league. Spearheaded by ex-pro Greg Norman, they look to lure top players by offering extravagant sums of money. However, Rory McIlroy has been quick to shut down the idea.
I was really glad to see DJ and Bryson put out those statements this week. We all want to play against the best players in the world, and they're certainly two of the best players in the world, and it's nice to know that they're committed to playing here and committed to making this the best tour in the world.
Several years in the making, fight fans finally got what they had been waiting for. Amir Khan versus Kell Brook went head-to-head as the long-awaited British boxing feud was settled. Kell Brook put in a dominating performance as he stopped Amir Khan in the 6th round.
I always knew that were going to happen. They're the fights that I wanted to be involved in when I walked into the gym as a kid. You know, to be them big fights, the war of the roses, like bragging rights, King of the North, and I'm back on top now. I took Amir Khan out, just exactly like I said I was going to.
The curtain has closed on this year's Winter Olympics. Team GB won only 1 gold medal in Beijing thanks to the women's curling team. Only 1 gold and 1 silver is deemed as an underwhelming performance. Is this a concern going forward? CEO Sally Munday says they will focus on how to improve ahead of the 2026 Games.
Every sport will go through a review and we'll look at where should they have done things differently, but we'll also be looking at ourselves and our other partners. What can we do differently to improve our success in Milan Cortina in 2026?
F1 is on the brink of a revolutionary new era with the first pre-season test starting on Wednesday, giving teams and fans a first glimpse of their new cars and pecking order. Ferrari have been tipped to benefit from the fresh rules. Live in the studio with us is F1 fanatic Jack Edwards. Jack, the big question is, can Ferrari bounce back?
Well, I don't think why they can't. They've got a very good team in the hands of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, both capable of fighting at the top, especially Leclerc because he's won a few races before. But if they underperform this season, like in 2020 when they finished 6th in the constructors, if they don't make progression at all this year from last year's 3rd place finish, I think Matteo Binotto, the team principal, is gonna get sacked because it just won't be good enough for them, and they're a team that's capable to fight Red Bull and Mercedes for the title as well.
Brilliant, thanks for that input, Jack. Thanks for joining us. That's all from now. Join us in an hour for your next update.